So I just want to ask you, like, okay, so I know you said, like, even the relationship you're with right now, it's, you said you guys enjoy your guys' company, you guys are committed to each other, but, you know, if you guys want to date someone else or things change, so where is the actual real commitment? Like, how do you see that if there's no real commitment?
Well, there is commitment because we decide on it, and we have decided that if we meet somebody, it would be it would be somebody, you know, like that we both like and we both would
like
enjoy
to bring into the
to bring in into
oh,
relationship.
not to leave each other for.
No, but however, if we do meet other people somehow and would want to be with other people, like, it is what it is.
So what it comes down to is basically it's a different structure where we are ultimately only committed 100% to ourselves and our own personal growth.
Isn't that a little selfish, though?
No, it's actually not, because that's the only way that you can truly show up and full out love somebody with your whole soul and receive their full out unconditional love from their soul. When you start adding,
but it's not unconditional. It's conditional.
It's conditional based on at any point. If this relationship no longer serves your personal growth and your highest good, or my personal growth and my highest good, as consenting adults, we will peacefully do what we got to do.
Then why make a commitment in the first place if
you
it's
don't,
not really
I mean,
a commitment?
I don't, the only commitment I make is to my own personal growth, health and development, and to being completely honest and transparent. So there's no shadiness. We talk about everything.
Honest and transparent either, then it's really just
and
a
when you
one-way.
reach that level, you don't need to have these monogamous things, because that's not what it's about. It's about connection. It's about love. It's about
you feel that.
I get what it is that you're saying,
regardless.
the whole self-love, and that you have to show up for yourself 100%. I get that, but then that also just takes away with people being able to get out of the relationship faster. You don't fight for anything. Like,
no, that's actually not true, because when you actually find those aligned people who are worth fighting for, that's how you weed it out. I love your soul so much that I'm willing to be curious. Why did you do that thing? I'm just curious. And we have no jealousy, right? Because we have no reason to be jealous. We are awesome human beings. And if this guy wants to go, fine. Another cool, awesome person will come in. If we want to leave because he's not stepping it up or he's not doing the right thing, we're free to go.
So do you believe in
but isn't jealousy actually kind of healthy? So doesn't that show that you, hang on, doesn't that show that you actually value a person and value them as a human being to the point that you don't want to share them, or that you don't want any other people to intrude? You want to kind of all to yourself.
Lol Paladins donated $200. Controlling man, noun, when a woman wants to have relations with another man, and the boyfriend or husband says no. Number 2 is the definition of toxic femininity. Let the rest of the panel speak.
Well, they're all engaging, honestly, and I don't see a problem with people engaging. But to my question, isn't that part, like, if you love somebody, right? Now I know that you can take anything to an extreme. You can even take how much you love a person to an extreme, smother them, this type of thing. But wouldn't you expect to see something you value for you to be a little bit jealous of, if somebody else was kind of moving in, or you felt they were spending time away from you, things like that? Isn't a bit of jealousy good? And for you to say, well, I just don't have any, isn't that really just telling us that you don't value anybody?
Mm-hmm. No, I would say that the jealousy is a tool. It's a tool. It's just an emotional tool.
Well, it's a human emotion.
It's a human emotion, but it's nothing to get stuck on. It should be a passion sparker. Like, you know what? I'm getting kind of jealous that he's really talking to that girl a lot at work. Instead of me trumping and getting all dramatic or whatever, what do I do but step up my game? Well, then I'll dress a little cuter.
Yeah, but isn't that's just shit testing, though? Right?
It's not. It's fun. It's honestly very fun.
Isn't the old adage of play stupid games, win stupid prizes
It's not stupid, though. It's not stupid. It's actually, that's the way you have a passionate sex life for the whole relationship.
Guys, one at a time. Let him finish, and then you can go. Go ahead.
If you're in a position where you value somebody, of course, you could easily experience feelings of jealousy. That does not only not make you a bad person, but probably a good thing. It's probably healthy. It shows that you love and adore this person and you value them and this type of thing.
Or it shows that you're not comfortable with yourself.
Just hang on, I'm almost done, and I'll let you speak, I promise. Isn't it good in many ways that people show that they have a bit of jealousy because that's the value. They're showing, I value this thing. And you're like saying, I have none of that. Wouldn't that tell me that you just don't value anybody or anything?
I would say that the jealousy is actually the root of it is your own insecurity. See, I don't have jealousy because I know I am a unique, one-of-a-kind energy. If a man wants to have experience a different flavor, that's fine. Why would I be jealous of that? He'll be back when he wants this flavor. No different than how it's a tool. Jealousy is a tool.
Andrew, let her finish. Go ahead.
I just look at jealousy as a tool. Now, what I prefer more is true admiration and respect. When I truly admire a man and respect him, I might have that little twinge of what we could call jealousy. But what it is he's holding me accountable to rise up my level. For example, there's this guy who is my guy. We all have the one that got away, the childhood love, whatever you want to say, right? He's just my guy. We've never actually been together. But you know what I love about him is that he had this kinky side. I didn't have that coming from the Christian world. I was like a good girl. So because of my love of this man, my reverence of him, my respect of him, I allowed that to rise my game. So I went out and learned how to fuck how he wanted to
sexual.
fuck.
But this is there's a bunch of kind of pedantry.
But then it became fun for me, and now I have an extra skill to bring other men.
Calm down for a second. Hang on. Just let me say what I need to say here. So it seems like there's a bit of pedantry here where you say things like, well, I'm a unique, special energy. It's like, well, okay, but everybody's a unique, special energy.
That is true, which is why I don't think that we should...
Hang on, stop. Just stop. Let me finish. Holy shit, before you cut in. When you say things like that, it sounds like a bunch of non sequiturs, like a bunch of meaningless, spiritual, esoteric tripe that means nothing. See, the thing is, I don't get jealous because I'm a unique, special energy. Well, yeah, but that guy over there is a unique, special energy, and he does get jealous, right? The thing is that none of that really actually answers to my question of value. So if you value something, the whole purpose of valuing that thing is I love it, or I desire it, or I want it. It has value to me. That's where jealousy inserts itself. Can jealousy become toxic because people become irate over it? Sure. But does that usually happen? I don't think so. I think it's pretty common that people become jealous even over kind of small things, and even laugh it off and even recognize, maybe that's a bad feeling to have, under this circumstance or that circumstance. But what you're talking about really doesn't actually answer my question of, do you value anybody? Mm-hmm. And if you do, how do you demonstrate that without wanting to be a bit possessive or things like this?
I just don't resonate with the word jealousy or possession or anything along those lines. Just because it's common and that's what people typically present doesn't mean it's healthy. That's not love. Like, I love my children. So I want the absolute best for them. A lot of times they choose things that is not my favorite, or they go spend time with other people when I would prefer to spend time with them. But I love them so much, I value them as an individual. Okay, if you believe that that's your best life, that that's your best choice today, that that's your best friend, and you hate me today, okay. I love you so much. I have the space to allow you to be yourself. And I bring that same energy into my relationships dynamics. It's okay to have jealousy, but what I tell men is, that's your issue. You go process the jealousy just like I do. I feel the jealousy sometimes, and guess what I do? I go process through that. No, I'm saying everybody has these human emotions. It's what you do with it. So I might feel a twinge of jealousy. I go and do my inner work.
You just got done saying that jealousy does not resonate with your frequency.
It
so you
doesn't
don't experience
resonate
it at
with
all.
me to
and then
carry
5
it
seconds
into
later,
somebody
no, I'm
else's
jealous sometimes,
presence.
but I just know how to deal with it. It's like, But everybody, then that's the story of every human being out there. Almost every human being out there gets jealous, and most of them know how to deal with it by the time they're adults because they have to, right?
Okay, so maybe
I
misworded it, and we can agree on that. I was simply saying, as the emotions of jealousy or possession kick in, I don't bring that into my relationships. I go have a night to myself, and I ask myself, what would make me feel insecure? Why do I feel insecure in comparison to, for example, this other woman? And then I think to myself, well, you know what? She's in better shape than me. I really like that. And so you know what I do? Instead of dumping that onto my relationship, I go get in better shape.
Hold on.
Right.
You know?
So
you're final thing, Andrew. Final thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you're actually coping with jealousy. What you're saying is, I have ways in which I ways in which I cope with jealousy, and these are all the ways I cope with jealousy. I teach people how to cope. I teach people how to cope.
It's not a coping. It is you're using jealousy as the tool of the invitation. It's a tool to look inward and say, what is this triggering? What is this triggering?
Yeah, but you're jealous of the attention that he's showing to her, so you're like, okay, let me look like her
That's
now.
not true.
Yeah, let me look like her. That's cope. It's literally, if you looked up cope in the definition,
we can agree to disagree.
We all get jealous. It's just a human thing.
Pull it up, Nick.
It's what you do with it is all I'm saying.
But if anything, if you show the jealousy in your relationship, it could actually help your relationship.
I wouldn't say it's controlling it. I say you're processing it in a healthy way.
Okay, cool.